keep saying every time that I'm not going to use hi guys.
What do you want to use?
I don't know, like something else, like hey people. Tell me what you prefer. Hey people. Hi you guys. Still hi guys.
Just hi there.
Is it newscasting?
Which one is?
No, I like hey people.
Hey people.
But I have to remember because my default is hi guys. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Hey people! Welcome back to the channel. His name is Genome.
And she's Mrs. Bolodi.
And we're the Stevens. Yes. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you're a returning student, welcome back. We're just always super excited to share with you guys. You know, we're speaking with somebody and the person said, oh, it's not, I wonder how you guys are able to, you know, share your life. You know, it's not easy. And I just think that there's a grace for something you're called to do.
Absolutely.
That's not the topic of this video because we don't feel it like that.
Yeah.
As much as there are things that we don't share everything. Look, this is supposed to be introduction. That's not the topic of this video. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're still on money in marriage, and I think we're going to be talking about basically the most important thing when it comes to money in marriage. So we asked you guys last time if you think we use a joint account or not, and so thank you. And so that's what we're going to be talking today. Joint account, yes or no. Over to you.
Okay, we don't use a joint account. What we just do is joint accounting, and that's the most important principle we believe in family finance, because it must reflect your unity as well. You also have to be united in your finances. So we do what we call the joint financing system. Basically, we have existing accounts already, and what we do is to pull together all the resources every month. You see, this is everything that has come in by way of our employment, ministry, gifts, side hustle, and all of those things. We put it together, and then we also assign all the monies to the different expense ledgers in terms of running of the home, upkeep, our son, savings, investment, emergencies, and all of those things. You know, so that way we have the same money, we spend the same money.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the joint accounting system looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, and I get that a lot of people have the question of, oh, maybe if you're not yet married, you're thinking, oh, do I have to have a joint account when I marry and all of that. And the truth is, neither is the better option, as it were, because people can run a joint account and not have unity of mind and finance.
Yeah.
So like, who are we deceiving? At the same time, some people may not run a joint account but have unity of mind. So you can have a couple that have a joint account, so let me not paint it like everybody has. Some people run the joint account and they have unity of mind. Absolutely. And it's perfect for them. Do you get what I'm saying? And some people run different accounts and they don't have unity of mind. So it's not really about the accounts you're running per se, but whether both of you,
what you're doing.
Whether both of you are one in your finances. Like, have you gotten to that point where you're able to open up about your finances with the other person? So if you're not yet married, have you gotten to that point where you don't see anything wrong in letting that person know what you earn? Because it's actually a milestone.
Yeah.
You don't start dating today, at least for the most people, and say this is what I earned today. It's at a point of commitment and seriousness that you start to give all of those disclosures. So like, it's not so much of the accounting system as the mind to be joint. So it's a joint accounting of the mind. I'm trying to be deep, but you get it. But honestly, it's a joint accounting of the mind, like both of you holding yourself accountable when it comes to finances, having unity of purpose, unity of mind, saying, okay, this is our priority when it comes to money. This is how we want to go. This is where we want to go, and then this is how we're getting to where we're going to. So whether or not you run a joint account system where you pull all the money together and from there run everything else, or you have separate accounts and you still know. So we run separate accounts, but we know what is in each account. Whoever is running which accounts, the other person knows. The other person can get, and then I mean, when you need money from that account, it's both of you. You have
we
to
still
know.
have to.
So even if, for example, the savings is in an account that I run, I cannot go and remove money from there without letting him know. Do you understand? Anything self that is going into savings account, it has to be a family decision.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that the account is in one person's name. Now, that is not because that is something that can only happen if both of you have agreed to be accountable.
Yeah.
Because if it's one person's name, that person can wake up tomorrow and withdraw the money.
Absolutely.
So there has to be trust and
Absolutely.
accountability
Absolutely.
and oneness, so that even if the money is in your account or my account, we know that, okay, we're accountable to the other person and will not withdraw money just like that. I wanted to say something, but just
let me just jump at the last thing you have also said. So that being said, part of the reasons why it is more in her own account than mine, because that's basically what we do, is because she's better with the finances than myself. If you have followed our, I think
the first and second episode,
great, you will know that I'm the spender, she's the saver. So it's easier to, and she has the better discipline than myself, so it's better funds are here. So don't come and say let's adopt what the Stevens are doing and the money is the one that can spend. Honestly, you wake up one day and you won't find your family money. I can actually go to bed and even forget that the money is here, and I know it is here and it is safely here for all of us. So that's one of the things that couples must also realize when they are picking what should work for them.
Play on your strengths.
Exactly.
So you have to know, okay, what is this person's strength, and leverage on that strength. Let it become a weapon for both of you.
Exactly. So even if you want to run a joint account, okay, let me also say this about joint accounts, that for an account to truly be a joint account, money leaving that account must be authorized by both. Not one, because we have joint accounts that are either to sign. So okay. It defeats the purpose of joint accounting, because it means
but the other person will get alert,
but the money don't come out. You understand?
Fair enough.
The money has gone. So the idea behind joint account is that you are not readily squandering your money. It takes two of you to really either go to the bank to go and sign off the money. Even if it's online, it demands that I sign it, you sign it as well before that money leaves, and all of those kind of things. They are basically just trying to dissuade you or discourage you from having access to the money. So yes, it's a great way to save money.
I have joint account with somebody.
Which is not me.
It's not him. I have joint account with somebody, actually, funny enough. And it's a guy, but it's a school thing. Guys, calm down. It was a class account.
It was a class account indeed. So what I was trying to say is that basically look for what is suitable for both of you. If both of you are not going to be very helpful, yourself. So it's not a point of you don't trust yourself. No. Yes, let's even use the word that you don't even trust yourself too.
You don't trust your own self.
But basically, yourselves, that, oh no, we'll not be very fantastic keeping this money with one person. Let's just have it somewhere where before that money comes out, we will truly have agreed that money should come out. That way it will help in running the family's finances, because our families run the diesel or the gasoline or the oil that runs the family day to day, in and out is money, finances. So you are going to work, you are spending money, you are coming back to work, you are spending money. you are feeding yourself, you are spending money, you are taking care of where you stay, is money. Like,
Spending
so
money.
on a daily basis, you are running on that oil, and it is important that we find a suitable means of managing that source of oil, so that we don't get to a point where our engines knock.
Yeah, and as I'm just talking, I'm remembering a question that I've been asked, and I think that is in the heart of a lot of people when it comes to, joint account or joint account, whatever it is. The question of autonomy, like, oh, so are you saying that once I'm married or as a married person, I cannot do anything at all without the other person knowing? That's not what we're saying. We're saying that there should be openness of heart. First of all, anything that you cannot tell your spouse that you spent money for, when it's not like it's a gift or a surprise that the time has not reached, I don't think, if you cannot tell them at all, at all, at all, because there might be other things there. But I mean, part of how we spend money is when we are disbursing money. I have my upkeep.
Dispenser.
Yeah. I have my upkeep. He has his upkeep. From my upkeep, I say, okay, I want to pay for Ashwebi. Oh, I pay for Ashwebi. From his upkeep, say, want to buy me lunch. Oh, you buy me lunch. You can even have. I know that from our upkeep, we even also have like personal savings, which is like, okay, you want to use to make a purchase, you want to use to surprise your spouse. Because I mean, you cannot now tell your spouse, babe, let me withdraw 500,000 from our family money to surprise you. Go work. Do you understand?
Keep the surprise.
Okay. So it now behoves on you to plan. You want to surprise your spouse. You know the estimated cost. You have your own personal money. So I have my own personal money that, I can give somebody if I want. I can buy something I want. I can save towards something if I want to buy a hair, if I want to buy something and I know the cost, I can save towards it from my own personal allowance, that I don't have to necessarily ask for his permission because it's not part of the family fund. But at the same time, it's not a secret. So beyond finances, I can tell him, babe, I just bought hair. Oh, this is how much it cost me. I sweat to buy that hair, but I bought it. Do you understand? Like, I didn't need his permission per se because it's not from our joint money, but it's also not something that I cannot tell him. Do you get? So like, the friendship and the openness you have with your spouse should help you to discuss different things, whether or not it's within the boundaries of their approval, as it were. Like some story that I heard about this lady that had been saving, 10% of her salary for 4 years.
Wow.
Without her husband knowing, and they run a joint account.
Wow.
But she has been doing these savings. Now, the savings is not a problem. First of all, the issue is she has not been honest with her husband about her salary, because for you to be saving 10% of your salary without the knowledge of your spouse, you have removed 10% from what you earn.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, the purpose for it was like, in case we divorce, in case you abuse me, in case.
Finding a way out.
For a working marriage, like, we shouldn't have an exit plan. That leads to a whole other topic, but let's go back to what we're talking about.
Yeah. That's good stuff there.
So
I think that's the heart around how you run it, because it's important that we are in sync. It's important that we are, what's the other word now? Basically that we are in sync, and that will also help in promoting the plans of the family. It helps you to have a bird view of, okay, this is what we have, and this is what we have can achieve.
Can do.
This is what we have.
So that you are not earning the money for a house in Karu, but because there is no openness and accountability, somebody is expecting a house in Maitama.
Exactly. So what that also does is that it removes unrealistic expectations. So because you now say, okay, these are the things I want to achieve, and for now, this other goal is a 20-year goal. So there's no need bringing it to the 5-year goal and saying, but you can begin to say, okay, So
What can
in
we
order
put
to
aside?
do, yes, to that 20%, that 20-year plan,
What
this
can we
is
be
what
doing?
we can be doing to get there.
And I think some other families run in such a way that the husband's income, like one of our counselors told us,
Mm-hmm.
he is a traditional northern man, so he believes he should earn and fend for everything in his household. That's what he believes, and it's not a secret to his wife knows. However, when you're married to a sensible, God-fearing person, I don't think the person will let you carry the entire burden. So even if you want to run everything as the man, and you're married to a good, sensible woman, best believe that she's putting money away, because one day you will
You will
sha
need.
need support,
Absolutely.
and her money will come in as bulk to save. I remember there was a time what we used to run for a brief period was that his money was his income was running everything, bills and everything, and mine was going into savings. We ran that for a brief period.
Yeah.
So that was it. He handled all of the bills. So all my money, apart from my upkeep, was going into savings.
Savings,
So what that it's still a joint thing.
yeah.
So it might look
Because
like
both of you actually agreed, okay, this is what we should do
this is
for
what
now.
we're doing. So because I mean, if he wakes up today and say, "Oh, don't bring your money, oh, I want to be doing everything," I'm gonna be like, "Take cool." I'm not gonna argue as a submissive wife. However, also as a sensible wife, you will keep that. You would still think of your family. So
Absolutely.
in as much as it's handling all of that, your money might now be for the extras, for the
Exactly.
luxuries,
Exactly.
for the support, for the I can now give my child this, I can now give him an extra this, I can now buy extra. Okay, so he has given money for food, but I know that we're gonna need a little 1, 2, 3 here. Not like his own is not enough. Do you get what I'm saying? So, however, and I think that is like the crux of this, is that there should be unity of heart.
That's the most important issue.
So it's not about, the Stevens don't run a joint account system, you go and close a joint account, we not send you. It's not about, our own mentors run joint accounts, you must go and open joint account, we also not send you. It's about what works for your family, that is right for your family, and follows the principle of God for marriage, which is that the two became one and they were naked and unashamed. That is the principle for marriage. So in our finances, have we become one? Whether your money is spending for everything, whether our money is spending for everything,
Mm-hmm.
whether whatever it is,
Whether our money is spending.
whether my money is spending for everything, yeah, because even in a case where one spouse is working and the other spouse is not working, how do you handle that? It looks like finance is coming from only one place, but have you gotten to the point that even though it's only coming from one place, it is still one, like it's still our money.
Yeah.
So have you looked at financial have you looked at the finances to the point where you can say that even if one person is not bringing in money, they are still doing something? How do I put this? God help me. They are still doing. So for example, let's say I'm not working,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still doing something to manage what is coming in
Absolutely.
properly.
Absolutely.
So I am still involved in the finance.
I love what you have brought in here, because it shatters a lot of traditional things as well, because we won't always have both couples working. Circumstances will happen, or both couples having as much resources coming in. So what is the other couple doing, or what's the other part doing? Because you are part of me. You don't. Let's even look at our body. The leg doesn't carry things, it is the hand that does that. Do you understand? But what does the leg do? It carries the entire body to where that load ought to be.
Yes, sir.
The eyes provide direction and
So
vision. The nose smells and says, this place there is danger, we can't pass this place.
Yes, sir.
The brain is coordinating every movement and everything. So that you don't feel that, because I'm not bringing in money, so there's nothing, I'm insignificant. No, make yourself significant in that marriage. And that is what I love what you brought out. It's very important that it's not even just about the money, first of all. It's about, this is our family. We need to make it work. I remember one time, people, let me use this example. I remember one time when my wife was out of work for a very brief period and she wasn't bringing as much money. And she was really worried that, I'm not contributing. I'm not contributing. Do you know that heart enough is a united heart? That even though I'm not bringing, I'm concerned that I am not bringing. It's not like I'm chilling, my husband is doing it, so I'm going to just Netflix and no. She was also bothered because it is her family as well. So that's the heart that is united. So the first place about this money matter is even in the heart. Before the thing comes in. And I wanted to just wrap up that thing that you're bringing about. Even when one couple is bringing in, the other person is ensuring that we are managing it well. We can multiply
in whatever way that your own strength is. So are you an investor? You don't have a job, Abi? No problem. The one that's coming from your spouse, have you found where to invest it? Not MMMO, like legit investment. You are a saver. Have you found how to help save it? Don't be a spender that don't have money. Or you find how to spend it properly. Find how to spend it properly. And my husband has spoken to the person that may not be bringing in income. Let me speak to the person that is bringing in income. You cannot or you should not at any point make your spouse or belittle your spouse because they are not bringing in income. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just a season, and it may not just be a season. There are families that have agreed that for the wellness of our family, we will run on one income. We will cut down our needs.
Yeah, true.
To run on one income so that we always have a spouse with the children.
True.
If that is your agreement, it may not be a season, but make sure it is an agreement of heart. And then make sure that you are now not at any point belittling your spouse because they are not bringing in money.
Excellent.
Ensure that you pump up the value that they are bringing in to say, babe, the way you cooked that soup with small money. Babe, I can't believe this is the returns we have gotten from this investment that you did. Whatever it is that they are doing to help the family, it's just about the unity of heart.
Yeah, great stuff.
We all have to be united. So whatever your method is, when it comes to money in marriage, whatever your method is, as long as not a sin, like your method is not that you're cheating people. Don't say that's our family method. That is how we are in our family.
That's not method.
That's not method. That's sin, sir, ma. As long as you're not cheating people, you're not stealing, you're not being greedy. Whatever your family method is, however you have decided, okay, we want to run on 2 income, on 1 income, on business, on however it is, we must uphold the principles of marriage in the Bible, which, as I said, is oneness, the two becoming one, the two being naked and unashamed. That speaks of openness, that speaks of transparency, that speaks of accountability. So with your money, you're transparent, you're open, you're accountable, to say, this is what I earned. This sometimes is little money. I've made one careless 2K, and I know 2K is not a lot of money, like 2,000 naira. And I say, babe, I just got one small 2K. I'm not giving any family. I'm chopping it. It might look like it's a small thing. It's just 2,000 naira, but like being able to say, I don't think anybody can come and tell my husband that I made one money like that. And he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Absolutely.
Because 2K, somebody that is to tell you that I made 2K, I'm not giving you. Is that the person that will make?
Exactly.
Do you understand? And then I can make a lot of money and be like, I'm also not giving you. I want to buy. I keep using hair. Maybe I want to buy hair. I want to buy hair. Please. I want to buy phone. I want to change my phone. Do you understand? But he always knows. So it's always important. It helps to build trust. If you can get and achieve oneness in finances, because it's a very, very crucial and dicey area in a lot of marriages. But once you can achieve that oneness in your finances, trust me, you have gone a long way in building the trust in different areas. So if you cannot come and tell my husband that you saw me or I made one money he's not aware of, He said, no, that's not my wife. You will now not also tell him that you saw me somewhere that I told him I'm not there. He will say, no, that's not my wife.
Exactly.
Because trust has been built. So I think, not to belabor it, I think these are the major principles when it comes to money. Is there anything you want to add?
No. I think you've done a good job.
Alright guys, so this is like really, really important, when it comes to marriage: finances, openness, accountability, and oneness. If you have any question, I think we're wrapping up money in marriage here, at least for the areas we wanted to discuss. But if you have any questions you want to ask specifically, feel free to drop it and we will address it. In the meantime, continue to binge on this channel, continue to share the content, continue to like it, continue to comment, engage, and let us grow together. Until our next video, stay blessed. Bye.
Bye. You're supposed to enter inside the camera and do.
Oh, okay, like you. Yeah, you. Like, oh, okay, so let's do it again. Students, bye.
Exactly.